Hello, everyone. I'm Toby Shifsky. I'm the Executive Director of Kaplan Real Estate Education, and this is Real Expert. Our guest today is none other than Julie Olson. Julie, thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Our topic today is creating profitable results via time management. And Julie, you are our expert. I just want to make sure I introduce you to everybody. Julie has years of experience as a sales manager. She has consulted with, I think, over 40 brokerages. Julie, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And coached hundreds.
I quit counting them. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point, you don't really want people to know how many at some point, right?
Yeah.
So she's coached hundreds of real estate agents. Her work at Kaplan specifically includes professional development for the Real Estate Accelerator coaching and training program. She also has helped with broker licensing education. So actually done regulated licensing education, and also leads the weekly career mentor webinars that's available to all Kaplan students, and inspiring and education soon to be Julie also shares, let me just jump into this, her extensive knowledge and passion for real estate generously with both new and experienced professionals. And I think everybody just needs to know Julie is a go-to person for us to really understand what's happening in the marketplace, what's happening with new agents, and they're kind of the challenges that you're being faced with coming into this marketplace, which granted for the last 3 years has been a super tight seller's market, right? Limited listing, very aggressive with your buyers. And that's kind of changing a little bit, right, Julie?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's much more manageable.
Much more manageable. And so Julie's going to talk to us today about really some time management strategies. And really, we're going to go back to kind of the core of it. Because I think what you're going to realize as you're in this business, and some of you have been in the business for 10 years. I know we got some of you have been in more than 10 years, and we've got a lot of people, usually over about 50% of the people in these webinars are still in licensing education. So good for you for being here. But what we're going to talk about today and what Julie's going to bring to it is really all those years of experience and boil it down to what really works. And we're going to do it in less than 30 minutes. All right, because I've been talking for a little bit. We're going to have 30 minutes. You guys are going to be able to ask your questions via the chat. Michelle Auger, our producer, is going to be moderating that chat to make sure we see the pertinent questions that come up. But feel free to put your questions in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, Julie?
Yep, I'm going to answer one question here for Andrea. Andrea asked, could you speak to how time management is different post-COVID pandemic? It has not changed. Our job as real estate agents are the same. So some ways that you deliver information is a little bit quicker, but time management has not changed for us.
Got it. Well, and I think that's really a great way to kind of just lead this off is we get a lot of people come into the real estate business, kind of under this misconception. And I think we handle it pretty quickly when you come through licensing education, which is they think they're going to come into the real estate business and they're going to go to work for a broker and the broker's their boss and they're going to sit down at a desk and the broker's going to tell them what to do and when to work and what the work hours are and what the expectation is. And that's not really what it is. When you're in the real estate business and you go to work with a broker, that broker's your business partner. And the key here is you're responsible for what you do and your time. And what's the one thing we talked about, Julie, which is you don't make money unless you work. Isn't that really what this all comes down to?
Yep, time is money.
Yeah, time is money. And so really, depending on how many hours you want to actually put into this business and how efficient you are at doing it is really going to determine, and the activities you're actually working on while you're doing it is really going to determine how successful you are, plain and simple. When you come into this business and those people have been in for 5-10 years, you're like, yep, I learned. Like I remember the first 3 years I came into this business, I had no idea what it was. I didn't realize it, but I got in the lead generation business. And that was creating relationships with people and doing the work and planning the work. And so, but you had, in prepping for this, Julie, you had talked about kind of one of the thoughts about if this is all about time management, how much time are you really trying to manage? How many hours a week are you really going to be putting into your career? And I have a poll question if we should You think we should ask that poll
I
question?
think
Right
we
now?
should. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to ask everybody to get an opportunity to play along. And it really comes down to how many hours a week do you think the average agent or broker works? How many? And I'm going to ask this poll question. You're going to get a chance to click on the screen. And so, because I'm going to put the poll question up for you. And here we go. Question number 1. How many hours a week do you think the average broker or agent works? Go ahead, click on your answer. You get one answer, so click on it. Look, we got several hundred people on. I just want to see these answers rolling in. Everybody, it's all anonymous. Nobody's going to know if you answered the wrong answer. So go ahead. And this is the average agent broker, right? How many hours a week do they work? All right, we got about 5 seconds. Everybody get your mouse, get a click on it, get it going. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then Julie, when I post these, right, everybody's going to get to see it, but then I want you to tell everybody what the right answer is, all right?
I will.
So here we go. Sharing the results. How about this? Less than 15 hours. We had to take 2.7, almost 3% of the people. 15 to 25 hours, right? That's like a good part-time job right there, right? 7.63. 26 to 35 hours, we have 13% of the people. Now we start getting into the meat of it, right? The average agent works, and some people, 40% of you thought 36 to 50 hours. And then, right, the hard grinders, those guys, people are just banging hard all the time. The average agent works 50 plus hours. 36% of the people said 36 hours. So Julie, before I remove the poll, can you tell us what is the average number of hours that an agent works?
Yeah, it's interesting because we might be thinking about real estate 50 hours a week, right?
Yes.
But how much are we actually working? And so the average agent, Toby, and broker, and this is a fact, works 21 to 23 hours a week. That's it. 21 to 23 hours a week. That is why we want to talk about how important time management is.
So wait a second. This is a huge misconception out there,
It
right?
is.
Or is it really the dark and dirty secret? You people have been in the business for 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and you can throw some comments in the chat if you'd like, but really 21 to 23 hours of actual work a week, and
actual work. Mm-hmm.
And I can make 30,000, 40,000, 80, 100, 200, 300, $400,000 a year working. How is that possible?
But with good time management, working with income producing activities, understanding how much time you have in the business, how much time you have to work. If you, we'll show you an exercise at the end. If you take a look at what your week looks like without real estate and you start crossing off times, what you'll find is you only have a certain amount of time. I work about 30 hours a week, but I have like 4 different jobs in a company, right? So it's true.
Wait a second. I'm doing 40 plus at Kaplan and you're doing 30. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that doesn't seem fair.
That's because we're independent contractors. We're our own boss.
Well, there is that.
Good news and bad news about time management.
So okay. So this concept is, I'm sure, blowing a lot of people's minds right now. 21 to 23 hours. Now, you must have to be highly productive during that time. Is that right?
Yes. You want to focus on income producing activities.
Okay. Yes. And so let's do this. I got another poll question, everybody, because if you're working 21 to 23 hours a week and you're trying to make your goal, your income goal, you better be doing the activities that make you money. All right. And so we're going to take a poll and say if you know what activities they are. And please, everybody play on. You grizzled, wizened veterans, you probably got, a couple other activities you could throw on this list. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull this poll up. Everybody take a second and answer this poll. And the question is, what activities make up the job of a real estate licensee? What activities make up the job? You can answer one answer. All right. Oh, interesting results. 3, 4, 5. Look at that. There it goes. There it goes. All right, we're going to give in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Done. All right, it was funny. As this poll was going on, people would read down that they would answer one and then read down the list and go, wait a second, there's a better answer at the bottom. And you're right. It's these. These are the 5 things that you have to do all the time. Is that right, Julie?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think it's really interesting that people realize that paperwork is not an income producing activity, but it is. You have to do a lot of paperwork in real estate. You have to turn in contracts, right? You have to do a market analysis. You have to look on MLS. You have to do searches, those kind of things. So that is all part of it too. But those are the things. We think we do a lot of different things, but we basically do 5 things that we have to get done every week, or we're not going to make any money.
Got it. So if I want to optimize my efforts to create measurable results, what do I have to do? How do I do those 5 things? How do I make sure that I'm actually managing it? Because now I'm my own boss, right? I have a business partner. It's my broker, but I'm my own boss. How do I properly manage my time? And what is the expectation? I think we've already talked about the expectation. The average agent does 21 to 23. You do 30. I know people who do 50 plus. You can do any range, and really, it's about being efficient during that entire time, because you don't want to work and not make money. I had one person do an exercise, Julie. They were working 50 plus hours a week, and then they figured out their average hourly wage, and it was $8.25 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We actually do that in Accelerator. Is the hourly rate. What's your hourly rate and what does it need to be?
Got it. All right. So what impact, like I said, how do I optimize my efforts to create measurable results? What do you think we do?
One of the best things you can do, Toby, is what we get caught up in is we feel like we have to do everything every day. Right? And we're here, we're there, we're networking, we're doing paperwork, we're prospecting, we're showing houses, and you need to get a grip on that, right? For a couple of reasons. In real estate, if you're operating that way, where you're trying to do everything every day, you're never done. And that is why people work 50 plus hours, because they're never done. Right? You can't do everything and get everything done in one day.
So the concept you're saying is, listen, everybody, yes, there's these 5 things you have to do: prospecting, paperwork, right? You got to do these 5 things. But one of the ways of managing your time better is understanding that you don't have to do them all the time. You're really saying compartmentalize this. Chop this down, even to like, okay, for 2 hours a day, I'm going to do this. Or are you saying like, on this day, I'm going to do this?
Yes, that works really well. I want to add too that for those of you who are working over 50 hours a week, how's your family life, right? How is your lifestyle? How long do you think you can do that before you burn out? So this is really a self-defense mechanism, right? So it's the same way with marketing, but what you want to do, the key to time management, is to have a goal every day. Okay. So, and we've got a calendar of this that we'll show you at the end of how it works. So maybe you have appointments 3 days a week, and that's your saturated day for appointments. Maybe on Monday, you do all your paperwork. And when your paperwork's all done, guess what? You're done for the day. Maybe Tuesday is your networking day. In Minnesota, that's when our caravans are and our meetings and so on. So I have that for Tuesday. So if you meet with vendors, if you're networking with other agents, if you're going to broker opens, if you're having a broker open, whatever you're doing where you're networking and you maybe want to network with 5 people that day, when that's done, you're done.
Okay.
Right?
So this is a concept. So, and this gets back to your having a goal. So
Yes.
I think this is a problem with time management. People set work activities that have no end. And
Hmm.
so where do you end? Where do you realize when you actually hit a goal? And what you're saying is compartmentalize your business, take it down to and have a set of activities that you do for that day, and how you do it. After how many years of experience, said, listen, on Tuesdays, a day when in where you're from in Minnesota, the offices get together and you do your broker meeting, you do maybe even a realtor or agent opens just for open houses for listings, but it's a networking day for you with other professionals.
Right.
And so you say, listen, I'm going to have my networking activities, and here's my goal. I'm going to go to the meeting. I'm going to go to the open houses. I'm going to, whatever your goals are. And if you get those goals done in an hour and a half or 2 hours,
Done for the day.
done for the day.
Done for the day.
Well, jeepers, when I get done with this webinar, I'm done for the day. That's my big goal for the day. So, Kaplan, I'm out of here after this one.
Time off, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well, what a concept, though, because, and I think what you're talking about is this integrating your work into a life balance where you have goals and you've compartmentalized it so that you can win every day and
Yes.
you can be done with your work. Now, if you find that you're working an hour a day and you're not making the income, maybe you got to work 2 hours or 3 hours and set a little bigger goal and a little different goal, right?
Yes, correct. Right.
But the idea is you get to your goal and you're done. There's a reward.
You're done. Yeah. And if you've done your weekly schedule and you've got all the activities, the income producing activities that you need, and you saturate those activities on a daily basis, I mean, you have to, in real estate, you have to have wins every day, right? You have to have wins. Okay. My Monday is paperwork day. I feel like a loser on Monday because I never get it done, but I will have to pick it up again the next Monday, right? Because you have to get it done. But
so two things. Well, so two things. First, you have a goal.
Yep.
But you hardly ever reach your goal on Monday because it's a drag of a day. With what it sounds like.
I don't. Yep.
But you also have a time limit. You
Yes.
don't work past the time limit either.
Right.
Correct?
That's right. That's right.
Ah.
I only have on Mondays. Actually, Monday's kind of a long day, but I'll maybe put 5 hours into my paperwork, which means doing a CMA, maybe, doing some follow-up, all the things that you need to do behind your computer. Because as a new agent, you have a tendency to hide behind your computer and feel like you need lots and lots of information before you can get out there. And you don't. You need to start building relationships. And it's a lifestyle business. So even if you like to go to the gym every day or something like that, that is your personal time, but you're also connecting with people, right? Yeah. So it's not like you're never not working, but you want to focus on these activities. And
so we got a question from Timothy here. It says, do you believe as a newer agent, it takes more time up front for your business investment, and then it will taper off as you establish your business model?
That's a great question. So you want to start establishing your business model right away, your niches, who you want to work with, that'll determine your message marketing.
Well, and we do this in Real Estate Accelerator. It's a course we offer. Guys can go back out to the website and you can purchase it. You can call into customer service. They'll take care of you. Even if you bought a licensing package from us before and you didn't buy the Real Estate Accelerator, they'll give you the lower price if you already have a package with us. They'll give you that price. So, but we cover this, right? We cover a business plan and a marketing plan and an income plan. And that's what you do, right, Julie? You help teach that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because everybody's got their niche in the market. And so to answer that question, sometimes it takes a little more time up front for you to feel competent and confident that you have enough information and enough training to move ahead. So the way that you break through that is you figure out what is troubling you, what you're uncomfortable with. Talk to your broker, talk to your mentor, get the information that you need, and then figure out what you do really well and leverage that. That's an income producing activity. right? So just feeling comfortable will take you more time. But if you have your niche, your
Right.
career can take right off. I
Yeah,
mean,
and there's no doubt when you start, there'll be stuff that you're uncomfortable with, but it's
mhm.
amazing the supercomputer on your shoulders in your head figures it out pretty fast. You
Yep.
you fail 3, 4, 5 times, you will adjust and then
Mhm.
you'll figure it out. But nothing happens unless you've organized your time appropriately, right? And
Right.
that kind of gets us back to it. So what kind of impact can these actions of setting your schedule and setting a time and a specific goal, and either you hit the time or you hit your goal and then you're done that day? What kind of results does that have for immediate? Like, I mean, what can they see in the short term for that?
So if you have a schedule, you mean if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
following your schedule, well, you'll get wins every day. So like say I have 2 days for prospecting. Well, you get appointments, right? I mean, I prospect on Friday morning, every Friday morning, and I set up 4 appointments for the next week, right? Well, that's a huge win because then I can say, hey, I can take some of the weekend off,
Uh,
right?
uh,
Because I'm all set for next week. So you're always moving forward.
and long-term results, I would imagine it's just a cumulative effect, right? You
It
become
is because you're doing all the right things all the time. You're
all the time.
covering all the things
Yeah.
that you
Stop
need to do.
wasting your
And
time with
yep,
activities that don't work with yeah. Okay. I got it.
yep, yep.
Let me ask you, what dis, what did, what distractions do most people struggle with to stay with good time management? And they say, "Oh, I'm working all the time, but I get nothing done." And really they're distracted because they're not doing the activities that are actually making them money. Should we
That's
ask the
exactly
poll
right.
question, or what the biggest distractions are for people? Would you like to
Yeah,
see that?
yeah.
Yeah, let me do that. So, all right, everybody, you're going to get a poll question, and it's the biggest distractions. And this is through Julie's experience. What are the biggest distractions that people deal with that get them off track? And here we go. What do you think? What do you think are the biggest distractions to real estate professionals today? Procrastination, I'll get to it later, right? Social media, oh my gosh, I need to get my social media. I need to read everybody else's. I got to stay connected, right? I mean, that's what we are. We're connectors. Not being organized. I don't know where I put that paperwork, right? Or lack of a schedule. Like, boy, God, I just feel like I'm out of time. I just don't have time to do everything that needs to be done. And I just have to do everything all the time. What do you guys think are the biggest distractions? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, this is interesting. Here we go. I'm going to share the results. Look at
Mhm.
that. Procrastination, 17%, almost 18%. Social media, 7%. Look at that. That's pretty good. People are like, nah, I'm managing it. Not being organized, 27%. That's a part of it for some people. Not really. And I wonder, when you're new, I think, like we talked about, you have to do this investment on the front side in your business, understand who you are, how you're going to reach people, right? What your goals are. Maybe that's a part of not being organized. Like, I don't even know what the heck I'm supposed to be working on, right?
Right.
And there are resources for that. If you don't know what you're doing, like I said, Real Estate Accelerator that Julie coaches for us is an excellent place to know the activities you should be doing every day, even down to how many phone calls you should be making.
Mhm.
So, and then finally, lack of a schedule, 47.88%. What do you think of those results, Julie?
Yeah, you know what? It's very, very interesting because procrastination, what you're going to want to do is try and figure out, get some help, find out why you're procrastinating, right? One of the things in there was not organized.
Yeah.
You may never be organized. The
What?
majority of our real estate agents are not organized. They're not. And part of that's because it's a do it now business, right?
No,
So you can have your whole day planned and then all of a sudden people want to buy houses or look at
everything blows
houses
up.
and things. But that doesn't happen 365 days a year. So if you're not organized, don't worry about it, but make sure everyone can have a schedule that is a little bit flexible, but you can focus on what you need to do so you feel like you are making progress and getting wins every day.
So just to cover for everybody again, because I think Julie's going to share her weekly schedule with you
Yeah.
guys. She's going to put it up on the screen, and you're going to see how she organizes her week. And it was pretty powerful. I saw it earlier. We were prepping for this, and it was pretty powerful for me. I wish somebody would have given that to me when I was in the business for 5 years. I've been licensed since 1991, and for the first 5 years, I never knew you could do it that way. And I wish somebody had showed me this. So you're going to see this in just a second. But I think what this poll, right, and this whole thing about what gets in the way, there are lots of things that get in the way, right? Life gets in the way. If somebody gets sick or you get a deal, right? Like a contract comes in, a purchase agreement, or you got to write a purchase agreement. Everything else goes on hold. Stop. Money is going to be coming here, so you got to get your deal done. But the one thing you can do, the one thing for time management that you can do is you can set a schedule. You might not hit it every day, but you can set a schedule with a goal. And I think that's what you're saying is the most important part of time management. Have a schedule, have a goal each day. Either you hit the time limit or you hit the goal limit, but everything else will take care of itself if you have a schedule.
That's right. That's right. And there are other distractions that you need to plan for. Like if you're working from home, like I have a home office, I hardly ever go in the office. If I'm working, I'm out with clients. And so sometimes your friends or your family think that you don't work and they can bother you, right? Right. So you have to sort of set down some rules. But yes, if you are working and doing what you need to do, and you feel like you are making some progress, the money does happen. But you have to have a schedule. You don't have to be organized because you may never be. Your desk might be a mess, right? But you're focusing on your income producing activities. I mean, one other thing that we didn't mention in the beginning that maybe we should have was, yes, we work 21 to 23 hours a week, but we also, when you start in real estate, you think you work 52 weeks out of the year. You don't. Think about the 6 weeks, for example, where people don't buy houses.
Oh, yeah.
The New Year's, the state fair, the end of summer, Labor Day, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving.
4th of July week, right? Nothing happens.
They're doing other things. So you're down to four, say, maybe you take a vacation, maybe your kids get sick, maybe you're taking care of your parents, whatever. Maybe you get the flu for a couple of weeks. So you've got 40 weeks at 20 to 23 hours a week. You don't have as much time as you think. So as long as you are focusing on the income side of the business and you have activity goals, then it all comes together.
So let me just wrap that up because it was a very interesting concept. And that is, listen, you're not on a 52-week schedule, right? Nope. Maybe it says, well, gosh, if I leave my work, they would pay me for vacation. Well, don't get me wrong. You generally don't make money when you're on vacation unless you get a bunch of listings and maybe there is something popping when you're gone. But you're right. I mean, you go through that holiday week between, of New Year's and there's nothing really happening.
There isn't, which is nice because then you've got the time off.
Yeah, right. Even Thanksgiving week, nothing in between Thanksgiving and New Year's. A lot of people say nothing happens then. But then there's other, like 4th of July week. If it's in the middle of the week, there are big chunks of time that you can schedule around or plan for. And then there's regular, time off that you have, like you said. And so you're looking at almost 12 weeks off a year.
At least.
What a business. 21 to 23 hours a week. You work 40 weeks out of the year. It kind of seems like you really better be not organized, but you really better have a schedule and you better have goals and you better be doing the activities you need to do in order to make it. Otherwise, Frank, the point is you don't make it if you don't. I mean,
not only that, but if you think about what you want to do is bring real estate into your lifestyle, not try to jam your life into real estate. That doesn't work. It's a lifestyle business. So how do we bring in the real estate into your schedule that you already have established?
So like for me, like I have been bitten by the pickleball bug now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know I don't know how many other people raise your hand if you're bitten by the
Yeah.
pickleball bug, but there are 2 nights a week that pickleball with a group of people, 5:30 to 8:30. I'm not working during that time.
Right.
I am going to set that side of time. I'm going to block that off my schedule, and that's gonna, and my work is gonna, because I'm my own boss, right? In real estate, I'm going to move my schedule to that works for my lifestyle. Well, that's interesting. And then maybe even that's my group that I'm reaching out to as a
That
pickleball
could be
guy.
one of your niches,
I
right?
could be networking the pickleball people and see, very interesting. So, and that is really kind of the beauty of real estate is you don't have to, you fit real estate into your lifestyle, not
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's the point. Yeah.
Interesting. Even to the point where I'm imagining you could set your schedule like around your family or around whatever
What a
activities you have, right?
concept. It's going to go that way anyway, or you're not going to have a family. So, they get tired of hearing about real estate.
I know we're almost out of time. Here's the big reveal. Julie, would you like to take us through, show everybody kind of the simplicity of your schedule?
So easy. Okay. So, and a lot of agents that I know that make a lot of money use the same concept. The first thing that you do, this is a weekly calendar. This is actually my schedule.
And the X's mean it's blocked out. Don't touch. This is your time, as in the X's to do your life, right?
Yep, that's my time, right? And so and I always take 48 hours off every week. And it's hard sometimes to take off a whole day. So I take off half of Sunday, half of Saturday, because usually you don't have to work all day, half of Wednesday, half of Friday. Okay.
So you're taking 4 half days a week as opposed to 2 full days.
Right.
But
do your grocery shopping. I don't schedule anything before 10. Usually my clients don't do anything before 10 anyway. I always take time for lunch between 12 and 1.
Yep.
And then I work very few evenings just because that's the way it is. And that doesn't mean that if somebody called me on Tuesday and said, I want to write an offer at 5 o'clock, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
money time. You got to jump on the money time.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
But okay. So then, so that's my schedule. It's about 30 hours. And then each day I have appointments on Sunday, appointments on Thursday, and appointments on Saturday.
I see that across the bottom. It says appointments.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Very good.
And so if I have an appointment or two on those days, I'm done for the day. I have a win. I can easily take off from 5 to 7. And then Monday's my paperwork day. My
dreaded paperwork day on Monday.
Right? Yep. And then Tuesday's networking, because if I talk to 5 people, I network with 5 people, I'm done for the day.
So you set a goal. My goal is I'm going to network with 5 people on Tuesday, 5 new people.
5 new people. Yep.
And if you hit that at 11 a.m., you're done for the day.
Yep. And prospecting I do on Wednesday and Friday. One of the things that I do on Friday is I like to take most of Friday off. So I will set up my appointments for the next week, 4 appointments. And if I'm done by 10:30, I'm done for the day. That's a win.
Nice is that? Hey, you know what? I know that people can get this probably in Real Estate Accelerator, but I'm going to do something really funky. And you know what? Take a picture of the screen, guys, if you want to build your calendars around this, just as a starting point. But this is somebody who's been in the business for decades, who's organized and runs multiple businesses, and look at all the time for her lifestyle.
Yep.
And I love the concept of setting a goal, and you reach that goal for the day, you reward yourself.
I'm done.
And
I
you're
can
done.
have it into my day.
Right. And then what happens is as you work, obviously you get to the point where like, man, I'm hitting my goal at 10 a.m. every day. I could probably raise my goals a little bit. Right. I could raise my goals. Yeah.
But the really important thing is take all the time off for your kids' activities, for your activities, for church, for pickleball, walking the dog. Take all that off first, and then take 48 hours off during the week and see how much time you have left. And that is the time that you have to leverage.
That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Julie, I wish I would have had this information from you when I first started off back in 1991. Oh, would it have been different? Oh, my gosh. Well, I just want to say thank you. That's all the time we have for today. Julie, once again, thank you. Thank you very much for everything you've done today and for Kaplan.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You very much.
Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Take care.
Bye.